you also terrified of murder hornets? Well, here are 12 things you need to know about them. If you haven't heard about murder hornets yet, where have you been? The news has been flooded with articles detailing the invasion of these scary insects into America. Whilst they look absolutely terrifying, here's some important information you need to know about them. Number 1. What are murder hornets? The name murder hornet isn't the actual name of these insects. It is actually just a name made up by the media to try and evoke fear in the readers, which clearly worked. Their real name is the Asian giant hornet, or Vespa mandarinia. Number 2. Where do they come from? As the name suggests, murder hornets come from Asia, but more specifically from Japan. Number 3. How did they get to America? The chances of them flying all the way here over thousands of kilometers of oceans are near to impossible, but it is not known for definite how they actually made it here. Scientists believe that they likely made it here like how most other non-native species make it to different countries, and that is through cargo shipments. There may have been a shipment from somewhere in East Asia to Washington where a hornet made it into a container and flew out when it arrived back on land. Number 4. Can they kill me? Murder hornets can sting you multiple times, unlike bees who can only sting once, which is what can be lethal to humans. However, the chance of them killing you is low. In Japan, an estimated 30 to 50 people are killed annually. The venom attacks red blood cells, which can cause kidney failure or death. However, death normally occurs as a secondary allergic reaction. Number 5. How many of them are there in America? The actual number of murder hornets in America right now is unknown, as no nests or colonies have actually been found. So far, only 2 murder hornets have been found and identified in Washington state, and there have been several other claimed sightings which have not yet been verified. Number 6. Are giant hornets actually that giant? Depends on what you would consider giant, but the queen hornets can grow up to 2 inches in length, whilst the workers are generally 1.5 inches long, which is pretty giant for a flying insect if you ask me. Number 7. Are giant hornets really going to invade America? The chances of this happening are very unlikely. Experts are already on the case of tracking down and containing murder hornets, and if there was a colony of hornets making their way through America, they would be able to identify and extinguish them way before they can cause any damage. Number 8. How painful is the sting? People who have been stung before have said that they felt excruciating pain and described it as having hot metal driven through your skin. Others have said it is the most painful insect bite they have ever felt, and that they would never want to be stung again because it was that bad. The pain can last from 6 hours to over a day, so definitely something you don't want to experience. Question 9. How potent is the venom? Due to the sheer size of murder hornets, the amount of venom that murder hornets can hold is obviously much greater than an average wasp or bee could hold. This means that one sting from a murder hornet will be much more painful than one sting from a smaller hornet or a bee, so the venom is very potent. Question 10. Will the murder hornet sting me for no reason? Just like any other bee, wasp, or hornet, murder hornets will only sting you to protect themselves. If you are trying to catch them, kill them, or spray them with insecticide, you are putting them in an area of threat, which means they will naturally try to protect themselves from you, which can cause them to sting. Similarly, if you disturb a nest, they will swarm at you to protect their nest and their larvae. So the best advice is to just leave them alone. Question 11. Should I be afraid of them? You should not be afraid of them murdering or hurting you, but more be afraid for the honeybees. Murder hornets will invade a colony of bees to then sting and decapitate all worker bees and eventually kill the whole colony and eat the larvae. The Asian honeybees have formed a defense to their attacks through evolution, where they will swarm the hornet and create a barrier around it to where the temperature inside the barrier created by the bees is so high that it will eventually kill the hornet. However, European and American honeybees have not yet had the time to evolve, which means they have no defense mechanism built against the hornets. Honeybees contribute around $15 million to the American economy every year, so the disruption of colonies and killing of more bees by hornets can have a big impact. Question 12. What do you do if you think you saw a murder hornet? You should take a picture of it and send it to your local wilderness experts who will verify the species identification and who will then handle everything afterwards. Make sure you do not touch it or try to catch it, and try to keep your distance, especially if you think you see a nest. Now this wraps up the video on 12 things you need to know about murder hornets. If you have any other questions, leave them down below, and be sure to like this video to let us know if you like this kind of content. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't mess with the hornets.